Welcome back to Spotlight ETSU. Our next guest is Morgan Smith, who is a cadet in the ETSU's ROTC program. Hi.
Hey.
Thanks for being here.
No problem.
What does ROTC stand for?
Reserve Officer Training Corps.
Reserve Officer Training Corps. So basically, can you tell me what the whole point of ROTC is? Because I'm not totally sure. I'm sure.
So basically, we are paid to go to school to become Army officers in the military because the academies in the United States don't produce all the officers needed in the military, so that's why we have Reserve Officer.
How many officers does the military need?
I have no idea on the number of that.
So everybody who goes through an ROTC program gets commissioned as an officer?
Yes, hopefully.
Hopefully. Assuming you make
Yes.
all the requirements and whatnot.
Not necessarily active duty. They fill spots for National Guard and reserves as well.
Do a lot of students who end up in ROTC programs want to go reserve, or is their intention to go active duty usually?
Some choose. It's kind of equal amounts. Some come in, they're already in the Guard or reserves, so some reserve their spot to go into the reserves or Guard, and some want to compete for active.
Okay, so tell me about how you ended up in the ROTC program.
A friend from my high school ended up getting the National Scholarship Award for a 4-year scholarship here. I actually didn't even know it existed, even though I'm only from 20 minutes down the road.
From Bristol, right?
I didn't know that it was even here. I had always wanted to go to the Naval Academy, and then I visited it and found out it wasn't my thing. And I had a criminal justice teacher in high school that went here, and I heard about it, so I visited for our Cadet for a Day program, and I was like, this is where I want to go. And
so here you are studying criminal justice. So you're a criminal justice major doing ROTC. Does that mean your minor is military science?
Yes.
Okay. So, and they teach
it's optional. You don't have to claim it.
You don't have to.
But most of us do.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Learning about military stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
But what's really cool about you is that you have recently been and are about to go to ROTC competitions.
Yes.
And you're about to be on the first all-female team?
I don't think there's been one in the past, at least not recently.
Not that you know of?
No.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so tell me about the competition this was last year.
Well, we did one in the fall semester.
Fall semester, so earlier this year.
That was the brigade one, so kind of like out of all of our brigade, I think there's a total of around 37 schools. So all of us go to compete up at Fort Knox in different military skills, and it was basically one day of misery and pain with your buddies. That's kind of what it's like.
And somebody came out a winner.
Yes, it was I think it was Michigan this year. But last year we were winners, so that's how we ended up going to the international one at Sandhurst. So
that's international.
Yes, so there were people there from Japan, Australia, Korea.
Did everybody use the same military skills, like across the globe?
Actually, it's really funny because they would have someone on their team that was the translator because most of them couldn't speak English.
No.
So they would have, for radio talk, someone would use their radio so that they could speak English to us. But it was really cool to see different people, different uniforms, different styles of stuff.
Oh, but the uniforms are really cool.
It is cool. It's different weaponry. Everyone uses some different stuff. It's cool.
So every military has its own preference for weapons? That never have occurred to me.
I remember the Australians, they used a different type of weapon that I hadn't seen before. It was cool, and they have very funny vernacular for like what they use to call different stuff. It's funny. It's really cool.
And a delightful intercultural experience.
Yeah, it was really awesome.
Where did this competition happen?
West Point up at in New York.
Yes. Okay, and that's which branch's academy is that?
That's the Army,
That's
the USMA, yeah.
Okay, so Army at West Point, and Annapolis would have been the Naval Academy.
Yes.
And you decided not to go there. You came here instead.
I'm glad.
And so, yeah, I mean, so that means we're an Army program, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you decided to abandon the Navy altogether.
Yeah, I'm not sure why I did that. I hate the water.
Oh, that makes no sense whatsoever. Especially living in the idea of living in a submarine. Can you live on a submarine? Do women live on submarines? They don't do that. Can't do that anyway. So you're happy.
Yes.
And you compete in things. And so, like, what is your favorite competitive event? Is that a weird question to ask? I don't even know how to ask you these questions.
Well, most of it is
like shooting and obstacle courses and stuff like that?
Yeah, the one that we're about to go to this week, unfortunately, does have swimming, so that's my least favorite thing. It's the first time they're having it in it, too, so naturally, it's my turn to go for that. But it's not bad. I've come a long way. I hated swimming, so I've gotten used to the water. But
now you can tolerate it.
Yeah. So this week, what we're doing is we swim the first day, and then the second day starts at 6 a.m. and goes until 9:30 at night. And the last event, The last event is an unknown road march distance in the middle of Cincinnati downtown. This is the first time they've ever done it. It's usually in trails.
So it's like in a city.
Yeah, this is the first time they've ever done it. It's at Xavier University.
Okay.
In Ohio.
I'm pretty sure they're in the basketball tournament. Are they not? I think so. So you guys are going to Cincinnati, Ohio.
Yes, to that area. That'll be where we do our last event. Yeah.
And it's an unknown
road distance.
So you're gonna like march around.
Yeah.
With all your gear. How much does your gear weigh?
This one's really light. It's only like 20 pounds.
Oh, that's all? Just carrying 20 pounds?
Yeah, this one's not bad.
On your back? Why? What's the normal, like what's bad?
So at brigade, usually, I guess like your pack's about 35. It has to weigh 35, and then you have your weapon, so that's 9, and then your kit is full, so that's like 10 to 15, and ACUs and boots, so at the end, you probably have like 55.
50 pounds? 55.
Yeah.
So you're wearing 55 pounds
Yeah.
of stuff on your back,
Yeah.
and you're walking.
Or running.
Or running.
We ran the whole time of the last one.
You guys were talking earlier in the green room about, I don't know who you were talking about, but somebody ran a marathon.
They're about to. Some of our guys are headed up to the Baton
Some
Death
of our
March.
ROTC guys are about to run a marathon.
Well, they're hopefully going to run it. They're going to have a pack on. I'm not sure how much their weight is for this, but they're going a whole marathon in the middle of the desert, essentially.
In the desert. So you're running a marathon, first of all, impressed, because that's never going to happen in my life. In the desert, I don't want to be anywhere in the desert, plus a pack.
Yes.
Well, here's what I will say about that. I'm feeling very confident that you guys are being very well trained to do good military stuff. So this competition you're going to is going to be, where's this one coming up?
This one for us?
Yes.
This one is the one in Xavier, Ohio.
And Xavier, okay. Yeah. So, and it's you and another, who's your teammate, your buddy?
So I'm with another female, Autumn Patterson, but then we have two other teams of guys going. And then we have some from our satellite school at UVA-Wise going.
Right. So how many of you all together are going to be competing?
There's 6 from here and then 4 from there, so 10 are going.
10 altogether representing the ETSU ROTC program.
It'll be like a combination of shooting, hand grenade assault course. They're not real, so they don't actually blow.
The idea of a grenade is terrifying anyway.
Yeah.
So, and how many schools will you be competing against?
I'm not sure about this one. I haven't ever been to this one in the past. I don't know what the number is for how many people will be there.
How many is it usually?
I don't know. I was asking someone recently. They said they couldn't remember, but there's usually a lot of people. So
a bunch of people running around shooting things, throwing fake hand grenades. And what I'm really excited about is that you and another woman are teamed up together. And is that because you have to? Like if a woman competes, you have to have a woman partner, or is it?
No, not necessarily. You can go co-ed, but they really wanted to get a female team out there this time to see how we do and just to get us out there because we haven't done that before.
And so you're going to be competing against like co-ed and male teams. So it's all, there's one competition field.
There's not many different stipulations or standards, so there's only a few things that are a little bit different, but essentially we're competing against the guys.
How do you think you're going to do?
I think we're going to do really well, especially like smarter, not harder, you know. So
yes. Yeah, right. Smarter, not harder.
Yeah, so I think we have a really good shot.
Oh, that's so exciting. And so this competition is this coming weekend.
Yes. It starts Friday afternoon and then Saturday all day.
And so we will know, I hope it's in the East Tennessean, I hope it's in the paper, how you all fared at this competition. I wish you a lot of luck on that. So what do you want to do when you grow up?
Well, obviously I've...
have military aspirations.
Yeah, that
Has
is
that always been the case, like forever in your life?
I guess since I was a little kid, I always kind of thought about it, but everyone in my family, until my dad, all the males were always in the Army. So he had me instead. So that's what happened there. So yeah, I knew I wanted to be in the military. I didn't know which one. I used to want to do aerospace engineering, but I decided against that.
Why?
I don't know. I visited Annapolis and I was like, I don't think this is where I belong.
This is not. So it was just the aerospace program. So
oh no, that was
went.
really awesome. It was just, I didn't think that I wanted to be in an academy. I thought that when I met the people here, I was like, well, I know everyone by name here, and these are my guys. You know, these are the people that I will soon fight with eventually. I mean, that's cool.
I'm really glad that you're noting that because you know the big controversy about us losing the ROTC program, and we somehow rallied around that and managed to secure it. How are you guys feeling about that?
That was, I guess that's what made this year feel so weird. We were thinking about that the other day, some of us, and I think that kind of put a bump in a lot of people's plans. And I mean, I was planning on graduating a whole year early. A few of us were going to do that. So I didn't want to move schools. The team that I'm on, the Eddie Reed Ranger Company, those are my guys. I didn't want to leave. Most of them are older than me, so I knew that if I moved, it would be weird. It would be starting over again, and I wouldn't necessarily be guaranteed a spot on a team somewhere else.
Right.
So when we found out that it was on a probationary period, that kind of made us feel better, but then it was all resolved. So now that we have the quota, everything's good.
Everything's good, and we're no longer in danger, and we get to maintain the program. And I'm so glad. I mean, I don't have a lot of experience or exposure to the ROTC program, but being able to talk to you, I'm like, okay, this program is extremely valuable.
Oh, yeah.
And super important. And I'm so glad that you have the opportunity to continue in it. So when are you planning on graduating?
It'll be 2016.
2016, so in the May.
Yes.
So you have another
2 years.
Another 2 academic years. So you've been in ROTC since like your freshman year. Is that like how that works?
Yes.
You come in freshman year and then you do it for 4.
You don't have to. Actually, I didn't come in with a scholarship. I filled the freshman spot. So for the team that we won that year,
right.
You have to have a freshman and you have to have a female. So I was both, and we ended up winning the first time that I ever went. So that was cool. That was really awesome. And I ended up getting a scholarship right after that. Probably had to do with that. There were some that were offered after we went. So
right.
they were like, okay, these people are doing good stuff.
Like,
so
okay, you guys earned the scholarships, and so they came your way. That's outstanding. So how important has it been to you in your life, in your academic career, for you to be a part of the ETSU ROTC program?
100%. I mean, that's where I spend most of my time. I work an APS job over at Brooks Gym, and if I'm not working, I'm literally there all the time. I might as well just live there.
Just move in to Brooks Gym.
And all of our people are really close. Those are the people that we hang out with all the time. And
so they're your social network, and I imagine you study together. And you were joking early in the green room about everybody's a criminal justice major.
It seems like it. I mean, there are some varieties, but there's the ongoing joke that everyone in military science is.
So you have people to study with because you're all taking the same classes.
Yeah.
So it's just like this one lovely, tight-knit organization of people who are going to go off and do wonderful things and defend this country of ours.
Yeah.
That's exciting. So I'm really glad to have met you. And this is really quite wonderful.
Thank you.
So anything you would like your audience to know about the ROTC program?
I don't know.
Nope.
Just to get it out there. I mean, a lot of people that were juniors and seniors that thought about going to school here, they thought that it wasn't an option anymore. So we have to get those people back because those are a part of our mission.
So if you're a junior and senior, you can still join the ROTC program.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Morgan Smith. Thank you for joining us with Spotlight ETSU. See you next time.